Erma Gormley has served in a school system, held a position of freeholder, and finished with a great run as our county clerk. Take a look at what some of her colleagues had to say at her retirement dinner and her many accomplishments during her successful career.
Well, tonight is Erma's retirement reception from her time in public office, as I see it, but more specifically as the Sussex County Clerk.
It's very interesting. It's almost like a bittersweet time because while I love what I've been doing, I also am apprehensive a little bit about retiring, but I'm ready for it. I think I'm ready for it. So it's all three things mixed up into one. I'm going to miss what I'm doing and I'm going to miss the people, but it's the right timing for me.
We ran together in 1989. She ran for freeholder and I ran for surrogate. We both won. She eventually became the county clerk. We are joined at the hip. We parade together. We do our county business together. We're very close, and I'm going to miss her. Everybody's going to miss her. She's been a wonderful advocate for the people of Sussex County.
My first run at the town council, I lost by perhaps 10 votes. You may have heard people say last night it was a good old network, good old boys network in a small community. But I worked harder the next year, ran again the next year, and won very nicely the next year. Because the town has always been the love of my life, you know, and you get instant feedback on what you do or didn't do or should do because you meet people at the grocery store and the post office and so forth. And then during my 13th year on the town council, some people had come to me and asked if I would run for freeholder. This was in 1989.
Erma spent years on the Sandston Township Committee, and then she ran for freeholder and became a freeholder, and was quite a distinguished freeholder, very conservative voice, very business voice, and of course then the clerk. So Erma's had quite a storied career in Sussex County politics.
The charter study had determined that the freeholder board should expand from its 3 members to 5 members. So there would be 2 new seats opening, plus 1 person was up for re-election. So I thought about that and wanted to be part of the team, the 3-person team, but the good old boys entered into the picture again, didn't want a woman on their team. There was no woman on the freeholder board. And a very good friend said to me, look, don't let your future depend on what the guys want to do. If you want to do this, you set your sail and you go, girl. And that's what I did, and I did win that election. 1997, our present clerk, Honey Ackerman, or a former clerk, left office, and the position again, this position of county clerk was open, and I thought it was a perfect fit for me because I had been liaison from the freeholder board to this office for 8 years. So I was kind of familiar with what they did here and what they do and what the office procedures were all about. And ran for this. I did have a contested election. But I won it, and I've been here ever since. So all in all, it's been a 40-year career, and it's been the most interesting time of my life.
Erma has always, through her service from the school board to the township to the freeholder board to the clerk, always touched the individual. And so her legacy will not so much, I think, as you look back in these positions that we hold, we're servants, public servants. And Erma, I think, embodies that public service, and I think every person that came to her with a legitimate problem, she helped, and she helped to the best of her ability, and she never shied away from a fight. She never shied away from what was right.
Probably one important one would be for women everywhere. You can do whatever you want to do, but nothing is handed to you. You need to fight for it. And I had a very old saying, I have it packed away right now, so I probably won't quote it correctly, but it went along the idea that nothing is handed to you in life. If it's worth having, it's worth fighting for, and it's not what happens to you in life. It's what you do about what happens. And I've had some hard knocks, and so that was a very, very important lesson for me to keep in my head. What do you do about it? It's not what happens, it's what you do about what happens. And for women everywhere who might be considering a career in politics or any career, it isn't going to be handed to you. If you need it, you need to work for it.
She's been a great example for women. She's been a great example for her daughters and granddaughters. All of her family is very proud of her, and in terms of elections and running for office, she's the best.
I'm just going to take some time to relax and spend some time with my husband, my children and grandchildren. They're the ones that have put up with all of this for all these years. And thank the voters of Sussex County for all the support that I have gotten and all the friendships that I have made over the years. It means so much to me, and I'll always treasure it.
Stay tuned during this commercial break. We'll be right back.